Armin Arlert, humanity's brightest upcoming soldier. Similar to Mikasa and Eren, little Armin was 15 years old when he joined the Survey Corp. At the beginning of his recruitment, Armin was 5 feet 4 inches, or 163 centimeters, only a pinch taller than Levi. Armin was also a super lean 121 pounds or 55 kilograms. Armin never made it into the top 10 graduating scouts. This is largely due to the scoring system giving higher weight to 3D maneuver gear skills and physical combat ability. There still is a question about whether Armin could even beat Historia on one-on-one. Who do you see winning versus these two blondes? Despite this bias, Armin did come in the top 5 scouts for academics. Later on, Armin actually does make it into the Levi Squad, Armin being the only new member that was not in the top 10 graduating scouts. It makes it even more interesting when you consider that up to this point, Armin has never actually killed a Titan himself. For most of Armin's early childhood, he was always bullied for being that nerdy kid. Poor Armin, I'm sure that a lot of us can relate. Even as a scout trainee, Armin was still lacking in the physical development area. But now joke's on them. Look at that beefed up Armin. Move aside, Levi. At least now it seems that one of Armin's wishes has come true. For the longest time, Armin wished that he was tougher and had more stamina. I do wonder where this stands compared to his other top wish of one day seeing the ocean. The voice behind little Armin is Marina Inoue. Armin might be the only dude voiced by a female in Attack on Titan. Here's a taste of her work. Some of these may surprise you. Vount from that new Beyblade Burst anime. Momo from My Hero Academia. Cosette from Le Portrait de Petit Cassette. This one was really a surprise. Elda from D Greyman. Dagiru from the Digimon Crossword series. Maiko, also known as one of Meiko's friends from Kill la Kill. Rei from High School of the Dead. Yeah, another gem. Laura from Infinite Stratos. Jechiro from Seven Deadly Sins. Sodachi from the Wari Monogatari series. Yoko from frickin' Gurren Lagann. Definitely another surprise with this one. She also does have a connection to Pokemon as Arya from the Pokemon anime, and as Nia from Pokken Tournament. But that's not all. Marina also serves as a series narrator for Attack on Titan. This has brought about a popular theory, that the Attack on Titan story is coming from an older Armin, where he's recalling the events from their past. What do you think about this theory? Seems natural that Eren and Armin would become best friends. Both of them have shared a common interest of the outside world. It was almost fate that they would meet up, and Armin didn't need any old scarf. In a weird way, the reason that Armin met Eren was due to Eren's father. Armin was constantly getting bullied before he ever met Eren. Due to this, he was regularly getting injured. This meant that Armin was frequently getting treated by Dr. Jaeger. This was how the two ended up meeting. It wasn't like Eren had any other friends at that time anyway. After Armin showed Eren his grandfather's book, both of these two grew even closer together as friends. So about Armin, the genius builder. The Lost Girl novel talks about how Armin was secretly trying to build an airplane since he was 6 years old. You heard that right, a freaking airplane. Armin's plan was to build this airplane to travel to the outside walls. I guess that's one way to avoid Titans. He eventually convinced Eren to help him out, because of course Eren would be totally willing to help out. No surprise that Mikasa was against the idea, and you could guess how things eventually turned out. One of the popular running jokes within the Attack on Titan fandom is how Armin looks so much like a girl. And let's be honest, it's not that hard to mix up Armin with Historia. At one point, Armin even dresses up as her too. Apparently manga readers often also confused Armin with Nifa. In case you have no idea who that is, it's that redhead that appeared in season 2. Mr. Isayama even mentioned in a past Q&A about how Mikasa considers Armin her best female friend. Unfortunately, this just confused the hell out of everyone. People were already unsure whether Armin was actually a dude. Mr. Isayama quickly had to clarify that Armin was in fact a boy. He's got his own mini Titan down there. It's funny because all of this actually originated from a joke panel where the scouts were teasing Armin that he would look better in a bunny outfit than any of the actual girls. Even more funny is how this later actually became a reality in Attack on Titan Junior High. I don't know about you, but Armin definitely pulls off that bunny look. What do you think? Hot or not? Poor Armin. Not only was he that nerdy kid that always got bullied around, he also hasn't exactly been a popular character from Attack on Titan. From the first popularity poll done in Japan, Armin barely made it into the top 10. He came in dead last, at number 10. The second time around, in the next popularity poll, Armin managed to move up to 6th place. Perhaps this is not even Armin's fault at all. With other characters that he's competing against like Levi or Mikasa, actually winning a popularity poll is nearly impossible. I do wonder what Armin's popularity status will be in the future, especially considering his most recent development. You found out about what happened to Armin's grandfather in the anime, but strangely nothing about his parents. What exactly happened to them? Depending on where you go by, there's slightly different information about them. If you go by the manga, you see a young pissed off Armin at the government. He was mad that his parents had to take part in the recovery mission for Wall Maria. Unfortunately, this is surely where they became Titan snacks. Notice here how the anime made an interesting change. Armin's parents are replaced with his grandfather instead. So what happened to his parents, at least in the anime? Here's where things start to get interesting. The Attack on Titan anime did add some extra information about them. In a flashback, you see Armin mention about how his parents were planning to venture into the outside world. That's a pretty big difference. Perhaps Armin's parents did make it outside, although you could assume that their fate should have been similar. But wait, there's more. In the Lost Girls novel from Mikasa's story, you get this mention about how Armin's parents actually built an airplane and flew outside of the walls, or at least tried to. Which, by the way, thanks for leaving Armin behind. Maybe this is why Armin doesn't bring them up. He's just still salty about it. Either way, whichever reality you go by, the fate of Armin's parents should have ended the same way, as Titan munchies. Out of all the graduating scouts, Armin so far has been the only one to have never ever killed a Titan. This, of course, doesn't take into account how much his plans have contributed to taking down the Titans, and also helping out humanity. This makes things even more interesting when you find out that Armin's first kill was not a Titan, but actually a human girl. Later on during the Uprising arc, a whole lot of crap happens within the walls. At one point, in order to save Jean's life, Armin gets a headshot at one of their pursuers. Afterwards, Armin was so shocked at what he had just done, he even couldn't stop vomiting at the thought. I guess this was all for humanity's sake, right? Now, major spoiler warning for Armin, something that's going to happen in Attack on Titan Season 3. Let me tell you about this huge recent development for Armin Arlert. Funny how things change. The small soldier Armin, who was perhaps on the lower end of physical abilities, has gained a massive power. Some would say colossal. Little Armin has gained the powers of the Colossal Titan. Remember that big ass Titan from episode 1? That is now Armin. Move aside, Eren. A new bigger player has arrived. But wait, how did Armin get these powers? Wasn't the Colossal Titan Bert's Titan power? About that. During their round 3 of Clash of the Titans, the Survey Corp managed to capture Bert. Unfortunately, poor Armin got barbecued in the process. In order to save his life, they turned Armin into a Titan. The Titan Armin then consumed Bert, and in the process took his special Titan abilities. So far, we haven't actually seen Armin use his Colossal Titan, except for this shot. Doesn't Armin's Colossal Titan look a lot thinner? At least knowing Armin, he'll definitely come up with a few clever ways to use that monstrosity. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Definitely give a colossal thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed. Armin personally approved that message, by the way. For the question of the day, I haven't seen many people mention Armin before, so what do you think about the little guy? Is he your favorite character? Perhaps you might have a favorite shipping with Armin. Also bonus, do let me know which character you want to see next time. Definitely find out more about Mikasa and Levi from their videos, and I'll see you guys later.